So we're 8 fixtures down in this Premier League weekend. It all began on Friday with the point for Luton. Both of the top two winning on Saturday, including that 5-star show for Manchester City. Vital win in there for Newcastle and Forest as well. Brighton have beaten Villa by 1-0. A 5-star show from Chelsea against West Ham. Their biggest win, incidentally, in that fixture against West Ham United. Very shortly, we're at Anfield. And the Monday night football, followed by final word, is Manchester United's trip to Selhurst Park to face Crystal Palace. So Chelsea are the movers. They're into the top 7, which could be enough for European football. They're above Manchester United on goal difference before they play on Monday, and that is the highest they've been under Mauricio Pochettino. The first time they've been in the top 7 all season. 2 points off Newcastle, same number of games. A little bit of a boost for Spurs before they take to the field at Anfield. No points for Villa. Tottenham could reduce that gap if they were to win for just the second time in 30 years on Merseyside to 4 points.
5-0 today, Nicolas. How much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, very good, very positive from the team, and we were fighting for a clean sheet as well. So thank God we won and we had the clean sheet. It was very important as well.
2 goals for you. Let's talk about the first one. Nani was pretty unselfish for the pass, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's very. I expected that. That's why I was running, because we are very good, close friends and teammates, like everybody. So, and if someone scores, all for the team. So it was a very good assist from him.
You had to wait a while for the second one to be confirmed. Turns out that run was well timed.
Yeah, I think every time I score, the VAR will try to interfere. But at least today I scored the second one, and it was not offside. I was very happy.
What was key for you today in the win?
Yeah, it was very important because we want to fight to go to Europe, and the key was we went as a team and started from the beginning and fight together, everything together, and we won the game.
Well done today, thank you.
Thank you.
He's up to 13 Premier League goals now. One more than he got for Villarreal last season, actually, in his debut season. We talked about him before the game, and he got those smart finishes in the second half today.
I thought especially this, obviously, second one, where we spoke about him being calm in those situations. There's been loads of occasions where, he's gone through on goal when he's sort of like rushed it. The first one, was obviously a tap-in. So you run over and you thank your teammate. In terms of West Ham, it's poor defending. I think if you're a fullback, you have to be more inside and sort of like outside looking in. But yeah, the first one, it's a tap-in. And the second one was a nice finish.
Emerson's still in the dressing room. 3 minutes into the second half, he's not switched in.
No.
He's come out of that tunnel from the dressing room, and he's just, his position is awful. I mean, it's a good finish and a good ball from Chalobah, but at the end of the day, you've got to show a little bit more than that, especially when you're conceding all the goals they've already done in the first half.
Yeah, he timed his run just about perfectly there, and I often find, don't know what about you, Jermaine, in this type of situation, I think the near post finish is quite an underplayed finish here. Often, you get a big gap at the near post there, and we can see here just onside, times his run pretty well. Casado plays the ball through, and it's a nice little easy finish. It's not a hard finish once you make that choice into the near post. So, good day for him.
It was, and a complete opposite day for West Ham and David Moyes. Third time this season they've been hit for 5, and a lot of people saying very un-David Moyes-like. Well, when you look at West Ham have now conceded 70 goals in this Premier League season, and that is the most ever under David Moyes for any team in any Premier League season.
I think that performance doesn't represent West Ham as a football club. When you play for West Ham, and you can't really go toe-to-toe with the other clubs in terms of like how you play, and that performance doesn't represent West Ham. You've got to work hard first and foremost. At the top of the show, I said the manager's a defensive-minded coach. Well, you like to think if you're a defensive-minded coach, you don't concede that many goals against a Chelsea team. Good Chelsea team, but I mean, if you look at the Chelsea team over the last 10 years, it's not like you wouldn't say it's a Chelsea team that you can go in and concede 5 goals.
They might need a defensive-minded coach now, mightn't they? We were saying before.
With 70
Everyone accuses him all the time of being defensive. Well, they've conceded 70, so they might need to go for one now.
Well, it is a fast-emerging Chelsea team, gathering pace up the table for Mauricio Pochettino.
Mauricio, congratulations. How pleased are you with that performance?
I'm really pleased. So happy for the player and for the staff, and I think they deserve this feeling. and after the victory again, Tottenham, and to confirm after a few days after that great performance, they deserve full credit.
Because to play like you did on Thursday and still have the energy less than 3 days later, I mean, it was a brilliant first half, wasn't it, especially?
No, brilliant game. I think the game was amazing. I think the approach of the game again, the attitude, the right capacity, to deal, to compete. I think I told you that after Thursday I was so happy in the way that we compete, and compete in this way we have the talented player that have the quality to score goals, to create chances, and of course in this way all is possible.
Comprehensive first half display from Chelsea. They lead West Ham by 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. It has been one-way traffic, and we talked about Cole Palmer before the game started. Everything he touches at the moment.
It's because he's a super player. It really is, This is early in the game. Chelsea have been totally dominating. They've not got out of second gear, let's be fair. West Ham have been awful today. They really have. But if you leave this lad in these positions unopposed, he's going to punish you. You cannot leave that. Look at this defending from West Ham. Alvarez has gone in there. He's worried about Cucurella going into that midfield area where he should be actually goal side on Palmer. The centre-backs have got to go back to defend nearer the 6-yard box. That little space there, a midfield man's got to drop into that space. No one near him. And Palmer's, you can't leave this lad there. Look, he just keeps lovely technique, goes for the side, but there's a little bit of a deflection there, but it was going in anyway, to be honest. And West Ham have got to shake themselves up. They really have.
And look at that. Home goals in a Premier League season. He's up to 16. And look at the company he's keeping as well. He's gone above Hasselbank, Lampard and Drogba. One more, and he will have scored more Premier League goals at a season in Stamford Bridge than any other Chelsea player. And, in fact, there's only Erling Haaland who scored more Premier League goals at all this season than Cole Palmer. Conor Gallagher, there's much discussion about him at the moment. Do you think he had this kind of finish in his locker, Jermaine?
I'm going to say yes. No, but, we speak about that man, Cole Palmer here. Just pass it, say that this pass here, people talk about breaking lines, how one pass can cut like 3 or 4 players out of the game, but that finish is not easy. You see players sometimes that will go over the bar, but it's such a controlled finish. But you see the pass here, of course you have to engage. You can't give him that sort of time, that quality of player, because he can get those sort of passes. But this finish here by Conor Gallagher is unbelievable. Hits it at its lowest point, right across the goalkeeper. But yeah, Cole Palmer, he's been involved in everything. He's got his goal and, he's rotating. He's got that freedom to just go and get on the ball and that. But you have to, from West Ham point of view, you have to do better and try and engage and put pressure on the ball. Yeah, and their marking for the third goal wasn't too good. But you were impressed with the way the corner was run in the first place by Madueke. Yeah, Madueke did well, didn't he, to win this corner. Even when they were 2-0 up, 3-0 up, Chelsea was still putting a lot of pressure on them. They were persistent. It looks like they want more and more and more. You see Pochettino's attitude to it. I think, David Moyes will be absolutely furious. 2 players let their man go. We see Madueke here with Souček on it. Not quite sure why he goes back and drops onto the line instead of just marking him. He would have prevented it. And then, of course, Antonio on the back post. He lets his man go as well. So 2 men letting them go on a set piece. Really poor play. But Chelsea have been absolutely dominant, haven't they? Really one-way traffic and deserve their lead. Yeah, and Conor Gallagher could have made it 4. They've been relentless, Chelsea. Yeah, I think they've just sort of just suffocated West Ham, really. They're controlling positions behind the ball. Anything that drops down, they gain possession. Sustain attacks the whole first time. This is such a good chance, isn't it? Again, look at Paquetá's the one there at the deepest midfield player where Gallagher runs into, unopposed, and he should have scored. Let's be fair. I think he's in shock that it didn't actually go in. But that's where West Ham they don't look as if they're bothered. It's like, well, you pick him up. And they only come alive. Your point pre-match about the future of David Moyes. Definitely. They look like a team that only want to play when we've got possession. Oh, we want the ball. See, that's the easy part of the game. As soon as Chelsea get possession, there's no closing, there's no one screaming to go and pick up on the penalty spot, those vital positions. There's no continuity about their game. Cucurella's position as well, Glenn, before the game that you highlighted, is that enabling Gallagher to go and make those runs? We saw him score a goal, we saw him could have scored a second. Yeah. It gives him almost the freedom. Well, if you go and pick up the people in the central positions, Cucurella being one, Palmer gets spare. If you're saying he's too good to be spare, you slide a midfield player out there, then Gallagher becomes free to get into the box. And he's a great player to get. He just runs off the ball into the box, and he's looked down. That's how he's got his goal. That's where he should have got his second goal.